Hello, darling. Tell me, are you still wearing the same perfume that you were wearing 2 or 3 months ago? If so, maybe you're a bit confused about what to try next with all the new releases on the market. Or maybe you're just a little afraid to dip your toe into a different pool, so to speak. Don't worry, I've got you covered. I am here to share with you my favorite perfumes for summer that are guaranteed to have you showing up classy and elegant and fit for almost any and every occasion. So, if you are interested in hearing more, keep watching as I welcome you to Ace Academy Etiquette. I am Brandy, your host, coach, and mentor, and as a certified international etiquette consultant, I'm here to help you get the knowledge and tools you need to be your best self. So, ladies, let's talk about perfume. Again, if you saw my last video, I told you that I wanted to focus on some topics that are a little bit more fun, have a little bit more to do with looks and femininity and things like that. And what great place to start other than fragrance. It's one of my favorite things. So I want to share my thoughts on some new classic. Yeah, I think they're going to be new classics and some, a couple oldie but goodies. So let's go ahead and jump in. So I want to start with Hermes. So this one has been around, I don't know how long, but Hermes sur la Lagune. Now, I tried this fragrance for the first time a few months ago. I think it was in April when I was traveling to Dubai, and I tried pretty much everything in the Sur La Lagune line, and this one really spoke to me. Mm, I didn't get it right away, but I was mad at myself when I tried it again several weeks ago, and I had to have it. I had to have it. Ladies, this smells so good. It smells so light, it's refreshing, yet it carries. It doesn't disappear in just a few hours. This one is fairly long lasting. The notes are magnolia, sea breeze accord, and pittosporum. I'm not exactly sure what that is. And then the base notes are soft woods and white floral. So this is light, breezy, slightly salt kissed. That's the name Lagune. Mm, mm. This is so understated. This shows up just as I am elegant, tasteful, classy. I know what to do in every occasion. I don't go wrong. So I don't even know why I did this to myself, getting the small bottle. Look, I've only had this for a few weeks, and you can see I've put a good dent in this bottle, and I should have just gone ahead and gotten the larger bottle. Oh well, I will when I get a little lower on this, but oh my gosh, ladies, try this. I slept on this for several months, and I don't know why, but she is perfect for summer. I wouldn't necessarily recommend this one for the winter time because she is light. She's green. She's, ever so slightly salty, but she is absolutely perfect for spring and summer. Before I go any further, do let me tell you, I am not a fragrance expert. I am, however, a fragrance aficionado. I've been wearing perfume since about middle school. I just love it. And so, what I'm doing here today is sharing fragrances with you that have never had me in a situation where someone says, ooh, somebody smells cheap, or somebody's wearing some perfume that's too strong. These have all been winners. Super surprising. Oh, and before I go any further, let me tell you that this Jardin sur la Lagune has been friendly. Ladies, men don't always like the lighter, fresher florals. I guess maybe it depends on the man and the occasion. A lot of times I'm finding they like things that are a little bit more on the gourmand side, meaning it reminds them of something they can eat. Not this one. She is definitely a floral, but she is absolutely lovely. So give her a try if you have the opportunity. Hello, okay, so the next one, I also slept on for several months. I tried it in, I think I was in Sephora several months ago, and I thought, another flanker, number one. But then to have, there's nothing special about it. In fact, I felt like it disappeared right away. But for some odd reason, I was in, I think it was Dillard's. I was in a Dillard's, and one that has just a very lovely fragrance section. And I saw it, so I thought, okay, I'll give it a spritz. And I spritzed it on my hand, and I could not stop smelling my hand. And then I let my husband have a smell, and he was sold. And so I kept smelling it all afternoon long. It gave me, probably would have given me more than 4 hours, but I washed it off. But that is, let me stop holding you in suspense. It is Versace Dylan Purple. So I got this little travel size because I'm trying to manage myself. I've got quite a few fragrances. I don't by any means have anything near the vast collections that a lot of fragrance reviewers have. However, what I do have, I find that I'll use it for a little bit, and then I'm kind of like, ready for something new. So I said I'm going to try smaller sizes. Clearly was not the best idea for this one. May not be the best idea for this one, but we will see how things go. So let me get to the notes about Versace Dylan Purple. So it's got pear, bitter orange, and bergamot for your top notes, and then the heart or middle notes would be freesia, pomerose, and mahonial. I'm not exactly sure what mahonial is. Let's take a look at that. And then for the base notes, it's amberfix and cedarwood. So let's look at mahonial. I can tell you about amberfix, and I will in just a moment, because that is going to come up a little bit later, at least a version of it. But anyway, let's see. Uncle Google says that mahonial is a synthetic fragrance molecule primarily known for its delicate, fresh, and light floral aroma, often described similar to lily of the valley and magnolia. Okay, no wonder, because it did give us a top note of magnolia. But ladies, this one is just, oh my gosh, she's beautiful. She's light. She's, I want to say almost bubbly, but I don't mean bubbly in an effervescent kind of champagne spritzer sort of way. I mean like playful, a little energetic, but man, she's smooth. Okay, she's energetic, high-spirited, but she's smooth. She's not someone that is a little too much, like that person that you want to tell you play too much, you need to simmer on down now. This isn't her. She is just perfect for, I won't say all occasions, but great for daytime wear. If you're going to brunch with girlfriends, or even a day date with your guy, or even maybe an outdoor rooftop, riverside, or waterside dinner. Oh my gosh, she smells so good. I was so pleasantly surprised when I tried her for the second time, because like I said, the very first time I was not impressed at all. It was a strong pass for me, but something made me try it again, and I am so glad that I did. The other thing I want to tell you about this one and several other fragrances is, ladies, this is especially true with Middle Eastern fragrances, but I'm finding it to be more and more true with a lot of Western designer fragrances. You have to spray them and then let them sit for a little bit. When I even first got this little travel companion, I sprayed it, and she was falling flat. But then I went back the next day and I said, okay, that's what I purchased you for. That's what I was expecting to smell. So keep that in mind if you try something for the first time and it kind of falls a little flat, you're not impressed. Give it just let it sit for maybe a couple of days, at least a couple of weeks. A lot of these just get better with time. They just get better and better with time. And speaking of a fragrance that gets better with time, I am joyous to be able to share this, but at the same time heartbroken, because this is by all means my hands down all time favorite perfume that's been discontinued 4 years, and that would be Chloe Narcisse. So, first of all, let me just tell you that this right here is a gem. So, I'm holding a dupe, and for those of you that are anti-dupers, I get it, not judging. I'm just saying the original is discontinued. I have a limit on what I will spend on a perfume unless I really, 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 really like it. And I just am not willing to spend $500 on a used bottle of perfume. So here we go with the dupe houses. And this by far is the best that I have found yet. This one is from European Perfumes. It's their version of Chloe Narcisse, and the top notes are peach, pineapple, and marigold. The mid notes are narcissus, carnation, rose, and jasmine. The base notes are vanilla, musk, and sandalwood. Ladies, okay, this is a compliment getter. If she works well with your body chemistry, which this is probably by far the one that has worked the best ever with my body chemistry. I have a chemistry that tends to make scents disappear. Thus, I tend to be more often than not an oversprayer, except for those that I know that really perform. With this one though, I do have to overspray a bit. She is not as strong as our original Chloe from 1990 something. However, this is the closest that I have smelled so far, and she's seductive, she's warm. I don't know how they did what they did with this fragrance. Like, she's spicy yet powdery. She's bold yet demure. I mean, she's just unforgettable, and she's timeless. Now, in the summer, would I wear this in the daytime? Yeah, you're darn right. Absolutely, I sure would. But that's me. I can tend to be a little extra. I would not. Well, yeah, I would probably wear her depending on what I'm wearing to just go run errands, like go to the dry cleaner and get my nails done. Yeah, I probably would wear this. She is actually a pretty good just about all occasion fragrance, but she really, really shines on a summer evening. Actually, even a fall or winter evening. She's a great year-round purchase. So this is from European Perfumes. Sorry, trying to get this in focus. Now, the thing with European Perfumes that I really liked is you can choose the strength of your juice or of the fluid. So I got the 3 times the strength on this, and like I said, I've had this for maybe, has it been a month? At the very most, a month and a half. So she has not had a lot of time to sit. So normally the original of this fragrance, the longer you let her sit, she would tend to darken up. So I'm going to try to leave her alone for a little bit and let her sit and see if that changes. If so, I'll come back and let you know. But I mean, just get your notes on this. You can get a sample that is so inexpensive, and this is unforgettable. I just do not know how they managed to create such a juxtaposition in a fragrance, but yet it works so well. It just not only does it harmonize, it sparkles, it lights up. Okay, let me hush and move on, because I can go on and on and on about that one forever. Okay, so the next one, she is going to be quite polarizing. I never, ever, ever would have bought her had I not gotten a sample first. So I haven't even purchased her yet. I'm still working through my sample, which is, okay, there's a little bit left in here, but that is Juliet Has a Gun, Not a Perfume. Like I said, little something new. There's some new ones in here, and then there's some oldie but goodies. This one has been around for quite a while. I'm not exactly sure how long, but she is polarizing because a lot of people like me, you put her on, maybe try her in the store, you don't smell anything at all, and you're like, ugh, I don't understand what all the fuss is about. For those that were just raving about it, I completely didn't get it until I got it as a birthday gift from Sephora. And as per my last video, I was going into the office. I was traveling, so I was going into one of our offices in another city. It's a bit of a smaller office, so I wanted to make sure that I was wearing something that would not be offensive and that would not be overpowering. I was looking for something demure and ladylike, and she was the choice. And to my surprise, well, let me give you the notes before I get to the rest of the story. So this one's got clean girl energy all over it. She's minimalistic, she's refined, she's pure, she is grace, she is elegance, she has locks, and that's it. Remind me, I need to jump back and talk about, oh no, this actually would be a good time to talk about Amber Fix. She's got locks, and that's it. So this has been known for being a single note fragrance that is not a perfume because it doesn't have the normal mixology that takes place with most fragrances. So locks is a synthetic version of ambergris, if I understand and recall correctly, which brings me to the Ambrofix that is in Dylan Purple. So Ambrofix was, Uncle Google says it was created by Givaudan, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, and it's known for its powerful amber and woody scent profile. It is a synthetic version of ambroxide, a key component in ambergris. It's highly valued for its stability, longevity, and ability to create a warm, sensual, and long-lasting fragrance. So although it does that, for this one, I wouldn't say it's warm. Maybe it's got a little bit of warmth to it, but I wouldn't categorize this as a warm fragrance. This one, yes, warm yet fresh. These two, However, back to Juliet Has a Gun. So pretty much that ambergris or locks is the main ingredient. Now, again, back to what makes it so polarizing. A lot of people say they don't smell anything at all. Or if you do smell something, it smells like it is just so light and barely there. You feel like it disappears. It doesn't, you don't think it projects. So let me tell you what happened when I wore this into the office. One of my coworkers walks by the office that I was camping out in for the time being and says, "What perfume are you wearing? Or is that your perfume?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Yeah, I smelled it when I came in. It smells really good." Shocked me. And this was it mid-morning? That was mid-morning. So I put this on around 6 a.m. It was probably around 11-ish, sometime between 11 and noon, that they came in and said that. Fast forward a few hours later, we're mid-afternoon, 2:30, 3 o'clock, that somewhere in that time frame. I'm walking by another coworker and she stops me. She asks, "What perfume are you wearing? It smells really good. I've been meaning to tell you that. I've been enjoying it." And it was this. So little did I know, it was carrying, it was the sillage was doing what it should do. But I had no clue because I smelled nothing at all. I mean, nothing. I could do nothing there at all. So anyway, this one, I will go ahead and buy her. Now this is also known to be a fragrance booster. I've tried it as a booster. I don't know that it's boosting anything, but I don't think it needs to. This is going to be another, as long as you don't have a adversity to ambergris, locks, or what was the other one? Ambroxide. This is going to be a safe buy for you, even a safe blind buy. She's classy, she's elegant, she is very refined. I don't know that you can get too much more refinement than this. A single note fragrance that doesn't smell like musk. So it's not animalic in any way, shape, or form. She's just fresh. I mean, she just obviously in the spirit of refinements, she doesn't say anything, but she just lets her presence speak for her, and she's just really a beautiful addition that you might want to consider adding to your collection if you don't already have her. Try her out, see if you can get a sample, see how it works for you. Make sure that you just are not someone who just cannot stand the ambroxide, ambergris, or cetalox type ingredients, because if you are adverse to those, it's gonna be a no. Okay, the next one and the last one I have for you is another Juliet Has a Gun, and this is Juliet once again. Another sample that I might buy this. I think I probably will, because it surprised me. Now, trying this in the store once again, I I don't understand what the fuss is about this line. The fragrances aren't that great. First of all, it didn't smell like anything unique or different to me. It's got a pretty price tag on it for what I thought it was. Even this one, I didn't think it was worth the money. But again, let them sit. Even with this one, before I wore this into the office, I let it sit for, it was at least a couple of weeks. So that changes something with these fragrances. I know it's been talked about quite a bit with the Middle Eastern fragrances, but I'm telling you, I'm experiencing it more and more with the designer fragrances. So let's talk about Juliet Has a Gun, Juliet. This one has top notes of Bulgarian rose, and that's it. At least that's all they're telling us. The middle notes, or the heart, would be iris and jasmine, and then the base notes are vanilla, tonka bean, and musk. So she's soft and delicate, feminine, gives you a little bit of mysteriousness to her. And I'm not sure if it's the Bulgarian rose. Like I said, I am not a fragrance professional. I am not by any means a perfumer who can smell something and tell you exactly what's in everything. I think I've got a fairly good nose, so a lot of times I can smell certain things. I definitely smell the vanilla, the tonka, and the musk, but I'm telling you, I smell something that gives the essence of wood. I am smelling a woody note in this. And maybe it's just me. Let me know if you guys smell that in this, but let me know what you think of the others. But again, she's another one. Maybe she's a little heavier. She's certainly heavier than Not a Perfume. So you might want to save her for an evening dinner if you're going to wear her. She's definitely a good summertime buy, but I would save her for later in the afternoon or in the evening. But anyway, each of these brings their own unique elegance. And so whether you're doing brunch or some other type of afternoon or evening soiree, with most of these, you can't go wrong. You're definitely not going to go wrong with the European Perfumes version of Chloe Narcisse for an evening event, no matter what time of year it is. But the rest of these, you're pretty much safe. The others, I don't know that I'd recommend them outside of the Chloe and Juliet. I wouldn't really necessarily recommend the others for some type of evening soiree outside of a casual dinner out with your guy or maybe a close girlfriend. But if it's something more formal of an event, or where you've got a little bit more of a to-do, more pomp and circumstance around it, if you will, I would probably not wear those others. I'd save them for a more casual type of event. But anyway, let me know what you think about these. If you have any of them, what's your experience? What notes do you smell? Do you layer them? Because that's something else that I like to do. Although I will tell you, I'm going to wrap this up, I promise, but I will tell you that Sur La Lagune, she stopped me in my tracks. This is one that I did not layer. I probably wore her straight for about at least 3 days. And for a good two and a half of those, I did not layer her with anything. And the same thing with Versace Dylan Purple. I just didn't see a need to layer these. And even though I tried layering with Juliette Has a Gun, I don't see that it boosts anything or changed those other fragrances. So these are for someone who is a serial fragrance layerer. These are ones that I just did not feel the need to layer. So let me know what your experience is, or are you layering them? What are you layering them with? Tell us in the comments. Give us your tidbits, your ideas. Let's talk. Let's get together and conversate about it. So anyway, I hope you found this helpful, or at least interesting. Like I said, some of these have been around for a while, but hopefully I was able to give you a different and fresh perspective or unheard perspective on them. Whatever it is, let me know, and I will bid you adieu for now. But before I do, I've got to tell you to always remember to always keep it classy and elegant. With that being said, take care and have a great day. Bye now.